reality. It's changeable. I'll be your guide to these vast new realities. Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
And he kind of introduced himself, but that is the great and amazing Noah from Noah's Amazing Reviews. So today it's going to be a joint venture between Nerd to Ween and a movie podcast and Noah's Amazing Reviews. We're going to do a season-long breakdown of What If, and we may have a special guest arrive too. But first and foremost, what did you think overall of the series so far? How'd you like it?
I really liked episode 2, and episode 5 really took inspiration from the comics, and episode 8 also took some information from the comics. So
yes,
it's kind of like taking information from the comics and putting it in the show.
No, and they did a really good job, like doing all of the stuff that they did. They were able to bring in all of these alternate reality versions of these characters and somehow make them all fit. So the first episode was, of course, what if Captain Carter was the first Avenger? So what did you think about the first episode, Noah?
I really enjoyed it. It was kind of like a spin on the first Captain America movie. And then I just really enjoyed how Howard Stark, basically the father of Iron Man, made like a Mark I kind of suit.
Oh yeah, no, like, and the parallels to the first Avengers movie, like you said, and the that first episode where there was a lot of them, and I really liked that there was they really orchestrated how simple just one little decision can change everything. Because all she did was not go upstairs and she stayed with Steve. That's the only thing that changed in that entire reality, but it dawned this entire new one because of that one little tiny choice.
Just a teensy weeny choice.
Yeah, and it led to what happened. And so I actually think that Captain Carter is a better Captain America super soldier than Steve Rogers is. What do you think?
I kind of agree because I like Steve in that Iron Man mech.
Yes, no, and I really did. That was a definite call to the first armor that Iron Man actually made in the comics, because it wasn't as high tech as, like, we got a little glimpse of that in the in Iron Man 1, you know, when he was sitting there and made all that suit out of that all those scraps. But he did it again, and then we'll talk about this later. But also he did it in a little scene later on in the season. We'll get to that in a second. But so in that first episode, how awesome was it when Captain Carter like just put the Tesseract on the desk and was like, "Listen, the war's out there, not behind the desk." And like, "Oh, you can't be out there. You're not ranked for it." "Well, I think you just make me captain. Thank you very much." And just walks out the door. Like, that was just so awesome. Like, I thought that it was really good for everyone, really. Like, it was a great scene. What do you think?
Yeah, I really liked it. And what did you think about episode 2?
So episode 2 was T'Challa. What if T'Challa became Star-Lord? And that episode, while I love it, it did kind of hurt my feelings so much because it was hearing Chadwick Boseman again. And like, I remember, like, when his voice first came on, I almost started tearing up a little bit. I was like, oh my God, he's not here anymore. And it's sad. And they really did a good job, in my opinion, honoring the late Chadwick Boseman. What did you think?
I just really liked episode 2. I'm sad that he's not with us anymore. He's such an amazing actor. I think he did amazing as Black Panther and Wakanda Forever.
I'm gonna go. Wakanda forever. That's the shirt I'm wearing right now. Wakanda forever. Did you know that they actually had plans to do a T'Challa Star-Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy before he passed?
I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
so
They were working on a plan to on the plans of that series. It was going to be an animated series, like a spinoff of What If. And I thought that would have been really cool just to get to explore. But I think it's also a testament to how good T'Challa is as a person at his core, that literally putting him out in the galaxy turned some of the biggest and baddest people in the universe into going all straight Robin Hood style.
legit. I was surprised to see Thanos, not a bad guy, not with all the Infinity Stones.
I really did like when he was about to like help them get away with the from the Black Order, and she's like, "You can't fight them by yourself. You're crazy." I'm not crazy. I'm mad. I was like, "Oh yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear right there." That was one of those things that just like really like got me excited about seeing it. And I really hope that we can get like a live action version in like something down the road of that version of Nebula and Thanos. What would you like to see those like good guy Thanos and Nebula in the MCU?
Yeah, but there would have to be someone would have to re-snap Thanos back.
Well, no, I'm saying that this is a different universe as Thanos, so he wouldn't have been snapped.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about being in our universe.
Our one of our good friends, MF Stuntman, is in the building. He said, "What up, fellas? What up, Stuntman? Welcome in. We're just having some fun talking about What If right now. We might have a guest that's supposed to stop by any second now, but we'll fight. When that happens, we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed What If, Stuntman, because I don't use government names even when it's listed right there. But we were just talking about the second episode, the T'Challa episode. Let's see where. Oh, now let's talk about the like little Easter egg kind of things in that episode. Do you remember all the weapons that the Collector had on his wall?
Yeah.
So he had Captain America's shield.
Yeah, and Thor's hammer and
Yes.
helmet.
Yeah, and so does that mean that the Avengers were defeated?
Yeah, probably.
Oh man, and but would he be worthy to wield Thor's hammer? I don't think so.
Yeah, but how would he get Hela's helmet?
That's a good question. Like, she must have been defeated by somebody, and then it was just left somewhere, and he picked it up. I mean, how did he get everything else? I mean, he had some crazy things in there.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, like I said, how did he even get Thor's hammer?
You're right.
I mean, he couldn't wield it. That's for sure.
For sure.
So what did you think about that little twist ending there when Ego showed up and was talking to the real Peter Quill?
I really it wasn't going to go well when the Watchers started talking that this is not going to end well.
Right, yeah. Stuntman said that Odin had to have been killed for Hela to even be able to be defeated.
Oh, you're right. So, wait. I have a question.
All right.
Basically, Odin dies in our universe in Ragnarok, so he must have died earlier.
Yeah. No, definitely had to.
Because these events happened before Ragnarok.
We have an entrance.
What's up?
Duffy Boys Comics is in the building.
Camera. There we go.
And look, Look, we have a first appearance. This is a key episode right now. Here we go. Look at this. The whole gang is here. Oh, and they were here.
Unplugging.
Oh, stupid camera.
I know, right?
Why
All right.
Look, here we are, everyone. We're here. This is awesome.
What's going on?
We're having a blast. We actually just we were talking about episode 2. What if T'Challa became Star-Lord? You got any thoughts on that episode, Duff?
Oh, what was that?
Or
Was
the
our
boys?
favorite episode.
Yeah.
That was one of our favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites too. Yeah, we were saying how that, like, I will admit though, I was talking about it, like I got a little choked up when I first heard him talking. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
It was sad, but it was awesome.
When the dedication came on, I lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, to our what is it? Our mentor, our friend. Oh man, that was that was definite heartstring plucking. Like, I want to go in the corner and cry.
Yeah, exactly. What do you guys think?
We both loved it. Yeah. Go ahead, Noah.
Yep.
We lost the camera
again. We're still here.
It's all good. So Noah and I were talking about how it was really awesome. Did you guys know that they were planning a T'Challa and the Guardians of the Galaxy spin-off animated series?
No.
I did not.
Yeah, before he passed, there were plans to do a spin-off T'Challa, Star-Lord, and the Guardians of the Galaxy animated series. And unfortunately, because he passed, they can no longer do it. So, I mean, it's kind of sad. It sucks, but the last episode, the season finale, was actually the last recording that he ever did.
Yeah, I did know that. And that's why, like, as soon as that dedication came up, I lost it.
Yeah.
Now, so good.
Oh, I was gonna say my favorite part of that whole thing though was, dude, Thanos. Holy cow! Thanos was my favorite thing of that episode by far.
Yes, I was talking about, like, one of my favorite parts was she was like, "You can't fight them alone. You're crazy." And he goes, "I'm not crazy. I'm mad." I was like, "Yo, yes."
Yeah,
I want to see them live action for sure. I want those.
Yeah.
I want both that Nebula and that Thanos in live action. Like, that would be so amazing.
Yeah, I agree. No, what was your favorite thing in that episode?
Probably T'Challa Star-Lord.
Yeah. That's the obvious, like, obviously, because that was so good. Anything with Chadwick Boseman yes. Stuntman said that everything Chadwick Boseman did was a success, and he's absolutely right. That man was just he was too talented for this world, apparently. So here, let's move. We're gonna move on to the next episode. Duffy, how about you start? It's what if the world lost its mightiest heroes? That Hank Pym episode. What are your thoughts on that, Duff?
So it took a while. The first time around, I watched that one more than once. And the first time around, maybe I was doing something, but it took me, like, I really liked it once I knew what was going on. I was like they just kind of, like, characters started dying weirdly without explanation. And I was like, what? Like, it took a while. But dude, the end with Hank Pym, man. Oh, yeah. Once everything, like, came through, I don't know that, like, hiding the information like benefited it. You know what I mean? Like, I think if I knew that it was Hank Pym right away, I would have liked it just as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely see that. Stuntman said that was his favorite episode. What about you, Noah? What did you think?
I just don't like my favorite characters dying.
Right?
Yeah. You know what? What if literally was like, let's see how many times we can kill Iron Man?
Oh, yeah.
1, 2,
I think it was 4 times they killed him. Like, I'm surprised Watcher didn't just like erase that universe when he took Gamora on the final episode. Like, oh, Tony Stark's here? Nope, destroyed. Like,
it's gonna end that way anyways.
You know what I really liked about that episode is, and it happened a lot in this series, when the good guys went bad, they were like more powerful than like any villain ever. Like, that version of Hank Pym took out the Avengers before the Avengers existed. Like, the only person who can compete is the version of Ultron we saw later in the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think, Noah?
I just really like how I really like the plot twist.
Yeah, I didn't. Duffy, to your point, when you said you had to watch it a few times, after I watched it the full time, figured out who it was, and I went right back immediately and watched it again, and I couldn't, even knowing it, I was like, there's no way I would have picked up on it until the Black Widow fight, because like I knew it wasn't like magic, because the way she was reacting to it, like it was something was actually hitting her. And then I was like, okay, I definitely should have picked up on that, but I didn't. And that's just a mark of how good the storytelling was. Really, I mean, like we weren't able to follow that one. They kept us guessing the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I watched the first 5 minutes of that episode so many times. I'm like, what did I miss? Like, how does Iron Man dead? Like, I didn't even get it. Like, I was like, what did they do to him? Like, they said, like, I couldn't figure it out. I watched it over and over. I was like, what the heck? Like, how is he just dead? Like, for some reason, it really bothered me and I needed an answer.
And I actually didn't think about this till just now. That episode 100% canonizes, and without any argument now, that first Hulk movie with Edward Norton is 100% canon.
Oh yeah,
because I mean, even though everyone knew, like us people knew, there were some people that were like arguing, well, because it's a different Hulk, it's not. They only mentioned it; it doesn't really count. This episode right there, 100% ironclad. Guess what? It happened. Deal with it.
Agreed. Agreed. What do you think of those episodes, guys?
Good.
Go ahead.
The third one, I was really confused. It was when Iron Man died, because Iron Man, all what he did was like just drank what I know is he just drank like coffee or something. Then he just died after it all this, and I'm like, huh?
It was so
confusing. A lot of stuff was confusing.
The Duffy boys were confused when Iron Man died.
Maybe that's why it was Stuntman's favorite episode, because he likes being confused. But all right, let's see what. So the next episode. Now this episode is my favorite. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart? This is by far my favorite episode in the entire season. I loved that we can now say how powerful Doctor Strange actually is, even more so than anyone could have possibly imagined. And I love the fact that we actually saw the power that Doctor Strange was using in a previous MCU installment. In WandaVision, Agatha did the exact same thing by taking the power of the Coven, as well as trying to do it again to Wanda in the finale.
Yep, absorbing all the powers.
So like that was already like canon, and like that sorcerers and witches and sorceresses, however they want to be called, because I'm not going to assume that, can actually just like take other people's powers.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I think so. What makes you do crazy things?
Yeah. No, it absolutely does. Noah, wise beyond your years, my friend. That's a profound statement if I've ever heard one before.
So I'm super curious. So that was my favorite episode, like 1,000 times more than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
2 was would be right behind it, but Ford, like, I don't know, I was crying. I was crying. I was like, oh
Yes.
my gosh. But I'm really curious what Noah and Max think about it from their age. I want to know, like, because I feel like it could have been a little bit of a different subject matter than a 9-year-olds and 8-year-olds are used to watching on television. And so I'm curious what you guys have to say.
It was weird. It was really weird.
What did you think, Noah?
I have an Easter egg real quick. And
Yeah, go
that's
for it.
one of the monsters that Doctor Strange absorbs is the same tentacle creature that Captain Carter fought in the first episode. So that explains where it went up. I went to a
That
different
is true.
reality.
Oh, yeah.
So does that mean? So I reported on this a while back about there's a rumor that Shuma Gorath is like the true main villain of Multiverse and Madness, Doctor Strange 2. And could that be Shuma Gorath that we saw in those 2 episodes?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably.
I was very weirded out, though. For sure.
No, it definitely was out there.
I never ever watched any Doctor Strange show or read any Doctor Strange book except for Strange Academy.
Mm.
Although one of those short, like one of them that are shorter, and so I was very confused when I was watching them. And I like, who is this? What's happening? I don't know too. All what I knew about Doctor Strange was that he was strange.
Yeah. Or was he Armani?
Dr. Armani? He's like, no, it's strange. Yeah, it is.
Hey, Noah, how did you feel about Doctor Strange doing all of that for love? What was your take on that? Uh-oh.
He froze.
Is he frozen?
He's lagging. He's lagging. He's lagging. Cool.
Noah, you're breaking up a little bit, buddy.
Cool shirt. You're breaking a little bit. I have a very cool shirt.
Okay, Stuntman.
What did he
Stuntman,
say?
you can't have 2 favorite episodes. I said, what did you think about, from your perspective, Doctor Strange doing all that crazy dark stuff for love? How did you feel about that?
Crazy.
I just thought it was crazy, just like
It was so crazy.
insane.
It was so crazy.
Him absorbing all these creatures and having to defeat himself, then absorbing him so he's fully, and then so in this episode we saw if you break a main point, it breaks all the it breaks reality. Like
and that was really, really awesome. So that's a very good point. So like if they ever try, and I wonder what other points in time are those ultimate time points where they can't be changed, because maybe like something like, we obviously know like Gamora's death isn't, because in another reality she's still alive. Now, and we also see now that Black Widow survived in certain other realities. So is this the first fixed point that we really know? Is that, because I can't think of one. Can anyone else?
I can't think of one that they brought up or mentioned. I found that interesting too when they brought that up. Out of everything that like Doctor Strange had to complete his path. Out of all the heroes and everything, he was the one who like he has to go through with it no matter what. And I found that to be interesting because it was never presented to any other character that like.
And I was thinking too, like, it's telling. It's probably because he may know what the I guess perfect the timeline's supposed to be because all the futures he's seen. So and like what happens in the Infinity War and Endgame had to happen per the TVA. So if that had to happen, that's why Strange had to walk that path because he had to be able to do what he did to help save. We thought at the time the universe, but ironically, it may have actually been the multiverse at that point. Because if they would have altered that, it could have destroyed the fabric of all reality.
I did love the end of that one too.
Yes, it was so like what I love is a hero that so first of all, we can see here that if you're strong enough, you have the ability to perceive the Watcher. Because Doctor Strange did it a couple times and even talked to him and begged him to save it. But him creating this little pocket reality to basically be trapped in his own prison of his own design, basically till the end of time, or I guess until later when the Watcher needs him. But it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very crazy. Very crazy.
Really?
All I was to tell about that episode is that it's strange.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
Yeah, and so the one last thing I want to say about that episode is now back to that squid monster. If it is Shuma-Gorath, so the theory that I have going is that in the comics, Shuma-Gorath, in one of the times they actually came to our reality, he used the Ancient One's mind to breach reality. So I think Shuma-Gorath is using the book and Wanda to get his way into our universe in order to get at America Chavez, who will be making her live action appearance in that movie and has the ability to transverse the multiverse. So it being like that because Shuma-Gorath, if you don't know, is basically this giant squid monster, kind of like Starro in Suicide Squad, pretty much. Like they're pretty. Yeah. I'm surprised I'm sure there's a lawsuit somewhere where they sued each other because it was too much alike. But so that's my theory. I think that is something that could definitely happen.
I could see that. I would try to convince you of mine, but the last time that didn't play out too well for me. I almost took you off your theory that was right.
Hey, Duffy, you know me well. I've always got another theory to back it up. All right, so the next episode I think was a fan favorite. I think a lot of people really liked this episode. What if zombies? Noah, what are your first thoughts about that episode?
My first thoughts are I loved Spider-Man with the cuckoo levitation.
Yes, it definitely suits him.
They worked awesomely.
I want to see that in the Spider-Man movie now that I know they're together in it. Like, I want, once I saw
it. So you might have to wait a little longer than that, Duffy, because there is a live action Marvel Zombies in the works.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
It's going to be a limited series, to what I am being told, on Disney Plus. It's going to be one of the first, pushing the envelope as to what can be on Disney Plus shows type thing.
Interesting.
So like I said, my sources are, I don't want to say confirmed, and I can always trust everything that I hear. A lot of times they make assumptions and then feed them to me, and I don't report assumptions. I report facts. Yeah. But like I said, that's what I'm hearing. I am hearing that it is in the works for sure, but how they're going to do it, that's still up in the air from what I've been told.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, I was down with Spider-Man in that episode, 1,000%.
Did you know that episode is the first episode that Uncle Ben was actually mentioned in the MCU?
I did catch that. When he said that, it was weird.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, we've never heard him talk about Uncle Ben before.
We haven't heard Uncle Ben since 2002.
I legitimately thought he was gonna say, my Aunt May used to say, with great power comes great responsibility. They had me. I was sitting there. I was like, oh my God, he's going to say it. Oh, he didn't say it. Oh, dang. Like, I was really super excited, and then it just didn't happen. What do you think, Noah?
I just really enjoyed this episode. I like how they put a really plot twist at the end in a plot hanger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that wasn't resolved. That's going to be coming in season 2.
Yeah. Correct.
Because
Always
they're literally heading to Wakanda, where Thanos is waiting with missing one stone. Like,
That was when we saw Thanos at the end. We were like, "Oh my God!"
yes, no, I want more. I want more of that.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, I just love every version of Thanos in the multiverse because I
do too.
I loved him when he was good. I love him as a zombie.
Now, if we get Cowboy Thanos, I think I'll draw the line there.
Have you guys read the zombie books?
Yes, and I'm gonna do a little shameless plug. I actually sold the full Age of Ultron verse Marvel Zombies, the 1 through 4 from Secret Wars 2015. Like a couple of hours ago on my Whatnot show.
Nice.
My favorite part about the zombies where Spider-Man did that commercial
Yes.
about the zombies, like where that part where I'm someone not a human.
And Buffy was in the shower.
And then catch up this like bat on him. That's my favorite part.
That's so funny, huh, Sammy?
The clip was really funny.
Yeah, and it was such great, like how all the Spider-Man movies. As soon as it went into that, I was like, "You got me in this episode." Like as soon as it started out, like the Spider-Man movie where he did the whole oh man, yeah, that part was so good. I think they really did a good job of making that fun one after one where I cried forever.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What I was thinking about in that episode was, what if Doctor Strange was a zombie?
Well, Doctor Strange was a zombie, wasn't he? At the very beginning. Or is that just Wong?
That was just Wong. I think that
No, it was Doctor Strange and Wong.
Yeah, it was Strange, Wong, and Iron Man.
Oh.
Thanos and Doctor Strange zombies. So how did they remember on how to use their powers?
Right? That's what.
Well, so the Marvel zombies are a little different. The Marvel zombies are a little different, even in the comics, than normal zombies. Like the superheroes, because they're so powerful, they can kind of almost have the effects of the zombie virus at bay. That's why you see, like Hawkeye, he got a really perfect shot and then missed. Hawkeye doesn't miss, but when he shot the arrow at Sharon, it missed. Yes, Stuntman, the original one from I'm drawing a blank when it happened. But that when it had that crossover with Ash vs. Evil Dead, when Ash showed up in the Marvel zombie books, I think it was Dr. Doom who explained it, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that.
How do they know how to use their powers in the zombies?
That's what we're talking
They got no brain.
That's what we were talking about, little man.
No brain.
And
we got stuck on that.
One thing that I didn't like about the episode for me was that we didn't get to see more of that Hulk versus zombie Wanda fight.
Ooh, yeah. That was cool.
Like, wouldn't that have been awesome, Noah?
Yeah, you're right. And the only stone that Thanos needs is the stone that the heroes have, and they're coming to the same place that Thanos is at.
Yep. What do you think happened to Bucky, guys? Because he buys him some time and she just flings him. She doesn't kill him. He's a super soldier, so even if he falls, he should be able to heal himself and survive. What do you think are we going to get more of that version of Bucky with the shield and everything?
That'd be
Yep.
cool.
I love that scene too.
Correct.
Cap, I think you've had enough, Cap. I guess this is the end of the line, pal. Oh, oh!
It is so
Why'd they
funny.
do that?
It is so funny.
Guys, I'm covered in Sharon.
I did like that part.
Yeah, that was great, and they really did Spider-Man well, because Spider-Man is that character. He's even when the light is dimming and there's no chance they can win, Spider-Man somehow believes he can still win.
Yep.
And they were able to embody that a little bit more than the MCU has. I mean, he's been great. Don't get me wrong. I love Tom Holland. He's my favorite of all the Spider-Man. Yes, he is the best, and it is not Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire looked like he was 30 when he was trying to be 17. I was that age when that movie came out, and I'm like, if that guy walked into my classroom, I would be like, whose dad is that? But Tom Holland's my favorite Spider-Man so far. And I really hope like you said, Duffy, we get more of that with the cape and everything.
Yeah, I have so I've never watched Amazing, so I don't know about Garfield. I don't know what he's like. I enjoyed Toby, but yeah, Tom Holland, dude, kills it. He's like, he just like I feel like he's Peter Parker. Like I just like he's got the age, and then just his attitude of life, and his attitude of life in general when you see him in other stuff and everything. I think he just really embraces that kind of attitude, and I think almost he's brought some Peter Parker to his real life these days.
Yeah, definitely. So, Duffy, what are your thoughts on the next episode? What if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark?
Man, this was an interesting episode.
That's very interesting.
You didn't even watch it, Sammy.
I did not watch this episode, so bye.
This is
Don't worry, I watched it enough for all of us.
What do you think? You can stay here if you want.
Thanks. No, I believe.
Okay. What do you guys? You can say thank you.
You pussy.
No, thank you guys for joining us.
My glasses are also saying thanks.
All
You're
right.
welcome, glasses.
You guys are silly.
Bye.
Did you have fun?
Bye.
Good.
So, Noah, what did you think about the Killmonger episode?
I just kind of didn't like it because they killed off T'Challa.
And Tony Stark and Rhodey. Yeah, that was a hard one to watch. And I truly believed, like when I saw the title, I was like, okay, how cool would it be to see Killmonger become the Black Panther, but like a good guy? Oh, hold on. Before we continue, we missed a question from Stuntman about the zombie episode. How great was Scott Lang's head?
All right.
It was the best
can't believe
thing
I didn't bring that
ever.
up.
Link, I love it. Did you guys hear when they were escaping and the cloak of levitation had him? He was like, Wingardium Leviosa, like Harry Potter. Like I was like, yes, I love it. That's amazing.
It was the
that was
best thing in the episode.
Yeah. That was having him just like when I saw him come back as a head, I'm like, because I felt like I was like, that's all Paul Rudd's gonna say, in the beginning, like, oh my God. And then when he came, I was like, okay, because I was like, what was the point of even having him at first? I was like, because like all he did was like they came out of the thing or whatever and attacked him, and you just heard like a little bit of a Paul Rudd go like, "Ugh."
Yeah, right.
I recognize his voice, but then like, I should have known something like that was going to happen because like you got Paul Rudd, and why not?
Yeah.
No, it was definitely. I liked how he had to do the all the dad jokes. Oh, I wish I could get chewed out by him one more time. Oh, I did it again. Zombie pun.
Oh, she's a man eater. Watch out.
I was catching some vibes. All right. We had to answer that from Stuntman, but let's go back to Killmonger. So for me, I was saying, I really was hoping that we were gonna get like this good guy Killmonger. And we obviously didn't get that, and he just went a different route in achieving the exact same goal, but this time he won.
Mm-hmm. I found that interesting. You know what? I thought about that, like, just like kind of like internally thinking about it was that, like the way they portrayed him in the movie and everything like that, like he's not wrong. You know what I mean? His approach, yes. But he was never truly a villain. You know what I mean? And especially at the end. I think that, like, I really liked that interpretation of this episode because of that. Like, because he, like, that's what made that movie so good to me was that he wasn't a villain in the true sense of the word. And his motivations and they were almost they're parallel, you know, like he wanted the same things, he just went about it a totally wrong way. And so it was almost like giving, like, what if he had the chance to actually do what he could do. And
I definitely agree with that. Go ahead, Noah.
So I just didn't like how they almost immediately, like right when they introduced the Black Panther this universe,
gone.
Yep.
With a sonic wave.
I felt odd.
Sonically, that vibranium should be strong enough to stand that attack.
Well, but he took the mask off to talk to his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right.
Well, I mean, he was being affected with it before because that's why he took it off. That's a good point. That's a very good point, Noah. That oh, hold on though. It was the old vibranium suit, his design, not Shuri's, not the one that could absorb and redistribute energy.
You're right.
It was his design that was just weaved with vibranium.
See that?
Yeah.
See, that's why this is a great team. We're like, hey, look, a loophole. No, I got that. Close that up. We got that. Now that we talked about absolute points, maybe Killmonger attempting to do that is always meant to happen, because that might lead to Shuri becoming black. There always has to be a true Black Panther, and it doesn't always have to be T'Challa in every universe. So maybe that's part of what has to happen to get the best version of T'Challa. And in some universes, he wins and takes out T'Challa. Some he doesn't.
It could very much be.
That's a good point. So here's what I thought. Basically, he tried to use the bot so he could take over Wakanda. He basically has the same thing he's always tried to do. Take the throne.
How sad was it when the Queen Mother, who is the general in this universe, picked her spear up? It was like, for T'Challa! And that one little tear. Oh my God. Like, I didn't expect this cartoon to make me cry so much.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing that did bother me about that episode was the fact that there was no like, T'Challa's dead. What are we gonna do? That was like the only thing, you know what I mean?
So I have a theory behind that. I think that's gonna be an episode in season 2.
Okay, because if
you look at it, like they were running up to stop him, and there was right after a battle because there was things all over the place, broken windows. So I think we'll get an episode. What if Killmonger became king?
I can see that.
Can you imagine if I called that right now and that actually comes in next season? Like, could you imagine that?
It happens in Black Panther 2.
It's confirmed.
Right, it's confirmed. No, but yeah, I really did think that it was a really great episode. Now on to my least favorite episode of the entire series. What if Thor was an only child? Now, for me, the reason why I didn't like this is for two reasons. I feel that if Thor didn't have Loki, he wouldn't get more happy-go-lucky and playful. He would get darker and angrier and more violent, in my opinion. I feel like he would become like World War Thor and try to just take on the entire universe. That was my first bone. But my second really is the placement of the episode. Mm-hmm. Because if they put it in between two dark episodes and then before an even darker episode, they threw it in there to kind of like cut the tension, and I didn't like that.
You know what?
Go ahead, Noah.
So basically, I kind of felt like Loki and Thor felt more like brothers.
Right, because there was no animosity. Loki got to become king of Jotunheim, so he wasn't jealous. He didn't feel the need to be this bad guy. He's just king of the Frost Giants. Hey, brother from another mother. It was amazing.
My theory on that is that episode was like written first, and then they were like, what if the what ifs tied in together? Because it felt so different, even than the zombie one. Like the zombie one I felt like that was a tension cutter for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes in there. Yeah,
after the Doctor Strange,
blam 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 blam.
I gotta get my dog out here. He's sniffing the comic.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the blam 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 blam. Like.
Oh,
but no, I agree with you about that.
The happy part, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Blam, blam,
are you saying blam? No, I'm not saying blam.
Did you notice he was doing it when he was a zombie too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blam.
I could really pull off happy for Halloween. I think a zombie happy.
Yeah.
Well, I say trick or blam.
Duffy, all right, that's confirmed. No matter what happens, that's your that's who you are. Yeah, blam blam blam. Aren't you an Uber driver? I was a personal chauffeur.
Oh my!
Let's see. Notice we're talking about the Thor tension breaking episode, and we had to go back to the zombie one.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was in the wrong spot. It should have been right after the T'Challa episode, and then that episode lead into the zombie episode.
Mm-hmm. I could even see starting the whole series with that Thor one.
Well, I would agree, except for you missed. We talked about this in the beginning. The reason why I like that so much as the first episode is because it showed just how important it is and how one tiny change can change the entire course of the universe. Because all she did was not go upstairs, and that turned her into Captain Carter. True. So that's why I think that was perfect as the first episode, because it was like, look, that little thing changed everything.
I didn't get to talk about the first episode, but I'm a little controversial on the first episode.
Oh, really?
I was a little controversial. So I loved the Peggy Carter TV show.
Okay.
Right? I don't know if people remember it. I don't know if Noah, you've seen it, but
no, not. Yeah.
I really dug it. I thought they did cool stuff. And so the first couple times I watched it, I almost felt like they just like had her instead of Steve. You know what I mean? I just felt like they had so much character they created with her that they did not use. However, I changed my mind. I went back and another watch, and I caught the part that did it for me was when she looked at Howard, and Howard's like, "Get in there." And if you watch the TV show, her and Howard were like that. And then I was like, you know what? They did pay attention to some details. But did
you know actually about that? Oh wow, I just got sidetracked. I saw a comment and lost what I was gonna say. Dang. All right, continue. Go ahead, Duffy. I'll think of it again in a second. I remember. Sorry. Yeah. So Disney took Agent Carter is no longer on Disney Plus.
Did they take it off?
Yes.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
This is just my camera. I'm still here.
But yeah, so they actually, if you go on to Disney Plus right now and look for it, it's gone.
Man. I really dug that show. I can't remember it. They left it open with like a cliffhanger that I was so stoked on. But I caught little things that I was like, you know what? They did pay attention to her character. But at first, my first go around, I was just like, they could have done more with her. You really had to pay attention to catch those little things, I thought. But yeah, by the end and everything, the second or third time when I started noticing that, I really appreciated it. My first time through, I was like, I think you could do more with her, but they did.
You know what?
Do you see the comment from Stuntman? He goes, Duffy, they turned off his camera temporarily because he didn't want to see the angry face that Disney Plus was dropped Agent Carter. That's why he's like, let me turn off the camera.
That's totally. I hulked out for a minute. I hulked out. I just didn't want to show my secret.
Go ahead, Noah.
So basically, instead of Bucky falling off the train, like, Captain Carter saves him and puts him back on the train.
That is true.
And then Steve falls.
Yeah, correct. All the bombs go up. And
I think that's why I dug 2 more, though, because I thought 2 was more of a what if. I thought 1 was a little bit of a recycling. It was a little bit of a recycling, where 2 was like, we're going to mess with these characters.
Stuntman said that he really a huge fan of Haley Atwell, and Marvel needs to do more with her character. I don't know if you heard earlier, Duffy, but it's a confirmed, like Marvel hasn't said it yet, I don't think, but it's been confirmed by like every big leaker and source out there. Captain Carter is going to appear in Doctor Strange 2 Into the Multiverse of Madness.
I've heard that. I'm pretty excited because
and also Dark Strange too.
Ooh.
I think we'll see a team of the Guardians of the Multiverse.
That could be cool.
So
I just love that team.
Yeah. Right, so, Stuntman? I'm telling you, I got this feeling. And now to go back to about why that team was even formed in the first place, what if Ultron won? Noah, what was your take on that episode?
Basically, I really liked how it was at the beginning the origin story was kind of like how it was in the Avengers Age of Ultron, but Ultron successfully transfers his body into Vision, and guess what? This is another episode called How Many Times Can We Eliminate Tony Stark? So basically, Ultron Burr absorbing like all the memory, like in this data place. It's basically killing all the Avengers, including, you guessed it, Iron Man. Well,
No, exactly.
Captain America. It's just like the vision that Iron Man had.
Do you know what I heard they're calling the first episode of season 2? What if we kill all the Tony Starks?
Episode 2.
Hey, if that gets confirmed, we riot. That's it. The nerds will unite and storm Marvel Studios. I'm kidding, Marvel. Don't come get us.
Episode 2 is gonna be, how many times did we kill off Iron Man?
I think it was like 6. I think 6 times, like if I'm not mistaken. But What If Ultron 1 was one of my favorite episodes too, because in the comics, Ultron is this like unstoppable force. Like he literally takes over realities, and we got to see them do the character justice and actually allow him to reach his ultimate potential.
Which is cool.
Because absolutely, because they kind of like, it was a little bit too easy to beat Ultron. They called it Age of Ultron, and it lasted like 2 minutes. Like this was an actual Age of Ultron.
Agreed.
And
what do you think, Noah?
Basically, the fight with Watcher and Ultron, that was epic.
Oh.
One of the realities is where Steve is running president, possibly to stop Loki from being president.
Yeah, you see in the background, Steve is like actually becoming president in that one of those realities. And speaking of those realities, when they're fighting and he's punching him and all those realities keep warping, I swear I saw Mustafar from the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about that. And also, the scrolls were in episode 7 and 8. And another Easter egg. The pineapple guy from episode 7, the guy who has that pineapple shirt, is also in the universe where Steve is running for president.
I didn't catch that. Wow.
The pineapple shirt guy?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who that was.
He was in episode 7.
The party
where
one.
Thor was
One, right?
partying. Yeah.
Okay.
Partying.
Now I gotta go watch it again, Noah. Thank you.
One of the guys, and you don't really pay attention to him because he's one of the characters that doesn't really talk. So
you
don't really notice
pineapple shirt, huh?
This episode for me was really awesome. What I really liked is that this is where I think truly, more so than on the episode, before he even realized how much trouble he was in when he talked too dang long and Ultron discovered his existence, but early on with watching that end of that world, and like he opened it up with, and this one particularly breaks my heart, like, because he's questioning himself even then, like, I should help these people. I really should. And then he realized he needed to help him out just for his own preservation, pretty much, and with that being said, like, I thought it was a really interesting take because, like, the Watcher was literally narrating his own doom for a second there. He was like, and Ultron found a level of consciousness that was unattainable before. I wonder, even then, though, like, and then he turns around. I can see, I was like, shut up! Shut up! Like,
Ocean's like, who said that? And then Watcher's like, he found, he's like, wait.
What was that?
Strange was the only one to acknowledge the Watcher before the Watcher made his presence known, correct?
Yeah, for sure he did, but I'm not like I don't think anyone else noticed him.
He was never.
I'll have to get back to you for sure, Duffy. I'll go on a limb and say 95% sure it was just Strange and Ultron, but I have to do one more watch through to confirm because I'm kind of like feel like I'm remembering T'Challa at some point, like kind of like looked over his shoulder. I think so. Don't quote me on. We'll see. I'll get that's as far as
Strange is the only one who. Strange is the only one who like people were like, oh, I feel a presence or whatever. But like Strange was the only one who's like, you got to come in here and do something about this. What the heck are you doing?
he also earlier on in that episode too. He even like heard the Watcher talk. He was like,
"Yep,
who's that?
Yep.
Who's there?" Yeah, and then when he got super powered, he like was able to literally go, "Hey, I see you, dude. Help!" But I like that he didn't help him though. Go ahead, Noah.
You know what? Basically, the Watcher causes it where the multiverse heroes, because he was the one that never stopped talking. And then Ultron's like, oh, I see you. And just starts trying to find him. And when the multiverse thing breaks, Ultron has an infinite supplies of universes to destroy.
No, and you know, one thing I really did like is how humble Thanos was when he got the Infinity Stones. All he wanted to do was take half the population away. We saw Ultron literally become as powerful as a god. Legit, like they had that little Doctor Strange. Galactus little Easter egg homage when he was fighting the Watcher. He just ate that entire solar system. Like, really? Like, that was just like so epic to me. Like, he was so powerful, and so for Thanos not to have done that, I mean, think about that. He could have done that to himself.
I love the joke at the end of episode 2, where like, you just hear the background conversation, and you hear, I forget who it is, say, that sounds like genocide, and Thanos is like, no.
It's efficient. It was actually Okoye. Okoye was talking to Thanos and was like, I'm pretty sure that's genocide. No, because it's random. It's fine. So
basically, I was surprised how easy Ultron destroyed Thanos only once down, and it was only in Vision's body. It was like Thanos looks at him.
The reason why that is always Vision could have done that, but Vision was inherently good, where this version of Ultron was not, and he would use his powers to the utmost ability to get what he wants.
But also because Vision was weakened at the beginning of the movie.
True.
That's why. So, but I'm still pretty sure how would Vision be like, interesting. You know?
I hope the Spectral or White Vision, whatever you want to call him, it was watching What If, like, I can do that?
White Vision just comes out of the sky, punches him.
All right, so what did you think about that last episode? What if the Watcher broke his oath?
I just really liked it. How they recruited all of the characters, and I liked how, like, what happened in episode 2, episode 1. Basically, episode 1, it's kind of, it ends, then we remember that it's Captain America First Avenger, then it goes Winter Soldier, so they kind of have like a take on Winter Soldier, and on episode 2, we don't know what happened with Quill and Ego, and I kind of have a question. If it took a few thousand years, it would be obvious. You're like, I just wanted something to eat.
Right, yeah. No, I'm gonna walk in there. Can I get a McFlurry? Oh, you're destroying the world right now? All universes? Okay, I'll come back later.
And I really liked how Star-Lord still has his funny humor.
Yep.
Yep.
No, I did too. And now, what I also really liked about it was like, and actually, Duffy, Noah let me in on some insider intel I didn't know. Tell him what you heard about the Gamora episode.
It was supposed to be episode 8, but they canceled it and set it for season 2, replacing episode 8 with the Ultron episode.
So I was waiting for the Gamora episode the whole time.
Me too.
Because they released all the toys. They were like, you got to get the Gamora stuff. They released the pops and all the I have to order toys now. And so little stuff for you.
What were you talking about again?
Look at that. Yes, exactly. You have it right there. Exactly. And so when I ordered that, I'm like waiting for Gamora, and yeah, I never saw her, and I was like, what the heck? And I watched, of course, the last episodes right before this.
Well, I really, what I thought was awesome about, like, there was a couple episodes that clearly are not finished and will come back later. Oh, I think we lost Duffy for a second here. He's frozen. But yeah, that's an awesome pop right there.
We're gone.
So as we can see,
we're back.
Gamora has Thanos' armor. She still has her sword. And this is just an epic pop.
Yeah.
Do you know, Noah, do you know why? Or do you think you know why they might have done that? Why do you think?
I don't know. I think I might have known how Thanos dies in this reality.
Let me know. What do you think?
I think that basically in the first Avengers movie, Iron Man did not come out of that wormhole. So he gets launched, he crashes Thanos' ship, weakening him, so Gamora can take him out, and Tony lands at Sakaar.
So I think the reason why they moved to season 2 is because they're gonna kill him again, and they didn't want to have too many Iron Man deaths in one season. They're like, wait, how many we at? 7? Hey, move that one back. We're not doing that one now. No, get it out of here. We told you the limit was 7, Stan. 7.
That's funny.
Season 2, episode 1. What if Gamora killed Iron Man?
You heard it here first. No. But what I really, really loved about that season finale is that it basically showed how this dark version of Doctor Strange is the most powerful being in the multiverse. Because Ultron had all the Infinity Stones and tried to destroy the universe using all the stones, which he very well should have been able to, because he had already succeeded in doing that into other universes. Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange was like, "Oh, that looks yummy."
Yeah.
And now I'm a god. Mess with me, boy. Like, I mean, and not to mention all those protection spells too.
Yep, they put on everyone and
did you notice that in the Doctor Strange episode, he also did a protection spell, the same one, but it wasn't as powerful. And both Wong and him were doing it in that reality. And in this one, he gave them literal magical armor.
You know what I
that
noticed?
Was pretty cool.
It was pretty obvious in the trailers that the Marvel Zombies would play a part. And I liked when Forrest was like, "Oh, I love zombies." Oh.
Yep.
And Doctor Strange is like, "Oh, it's what came with them, and it's Scarlet Witch, zombie like blasting him. But when she kind of has some consciousness of who this is, she stops before the planet gets destroyed. But remember this, she comes with characters that died in the episode, like Falcon, I think, Captain America, and legit a horde. Hopefully Thanos was in there.
So now, I did watch it. I did see Captain America. So I think the universe that Doctor Strange pulled those zombies from was not the one that we saw. I think there's multiple zombie universes because Cap was dead.
Correct. Unless I have a spec idea.
Ooh, here we go.
Two possible things. Unless all the heroes died, Hulk died, Bucky died, they all died, Thanos snapped it, so all the heroes turned into zombies, and basically it probably brought all the zombies back, the ones that died.
Yeah, because that makes sense because that would be him increasing his army. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Noah. Nicely done. Hey, did you guys know this guy? This kid is 8 years old, dropping spec better than most adults. Okay, take notice. This is Noah from a Noah's Amazing Reviews. Dang it!
But also, the same thing happens, but when he snaps, it affects other universes, multiverses.
That's what I was wondering too.
Well, so now I at first I thought for sure that the stones would only work in their own universes. Like now, maybe because Ultron became so powerful, he was able to still. Because I mean, it would be he's a robot, so he's cyborg. He would have like basically muscle memory, and could still transverse the multiverse even if he wasn't using the stones, in my opinion. But when Doctor Strange, when they were fighting in that final battle, Strange used his time stone, and it worked. Yeah. Now, is that because Strange was just so strong that he could make it work? Because you remember the Stone Crusher didn't work because the stones were slightly different.
Yep. And I also have another theory of how all those dead Marvel zombies were there. Possibly the heroes succeeded, killed all of the Marvel zombies, succeeded in taking down Thanos, and one of them had to make a sacrifice of doing the snap. So possibly.
Oh man! If they make Spider-Man snap, and we get to watch that awesome version of Spider-Man with the freaking cloak of levitation go kaputs, I'm gonna be very sad.
Yeah. Hopefully it's someone else. So basically, I think when Doctor Strange must have revived all the zombies that died. Because there's hordes of them.
Oh, yeah, he could have used the time stone. I didn't even think of that.
Correct. And then
nice, yeah.
He made a portal like he did in that same episode, the zombies, where Wong and him used the stone to make portals and stuff.
Who did now out of the zombie episode again in that last one for the team?
Say again?
Yeah. For the team, who did they pull out of the zombie episode to be on the Guardians?
They didn't.
First, right?
Nope, none of them came.
They didn't pull anyone, right? From that
Correct.
one? They should have pulled Peter, but that's just me.
I think it would have overshadowed everyone if they had Spider-Man there.
So,
in my opinion, I mean, no, but what this series is about exploring all the alternate realities. Spider-Man's ready taking over the MCU, the live action. Let there be some animated people get some shine for a minute, Duffy. There was one Easter egg and like a callback to the comics that I really liked at the end of that episode when Zola was fighting Ultron. I'm sorry, fighting Killmonger. He had the face coming out the center of the Ultron suit like it was in the comics, and when Zola first showed up in the comics, he was like a walking like TV basically.
That's how I first came across him reading the Remender Captain America run where Cap dies at the end. When they kill him off at the end of that run is when he dies and the Falcon takes over.
You know what? Also, from episode 3, or oh no, it's 4. I get 3 and 4 mixed up. In episode 4, Doctor Strange puts himself in a crystal circle shape.
Yep.
And he uses the same one to put Vision / Zola in there and Killmonger with all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, he created a little pocket universe to protect them. And then now he's going to watch the pocket universe and make sure they don't ever get out.
And I noticed some details. When Thor's fighting the guys, he brings one of the heads. And Killmonger like tweaking it while the episode. And that's a foreshadow at the end.
Of course Killmonger had to betray the Guardians. I mean, think about it. So that's why I think that that Killmonger trying to take over Wakanda might be an absolute point. Because even in the moment where they just saved all the multiverses, not just his universe, he still wanted to take it even further.
That is true.
Yes. I have a theory.
Okay.
That all of this will all eventually be into the MCU.
Yep.
Seen...
How awesome would it be for them to bring back that version of Killmonger?
That'd be sweet. Awesome. Especially with that actor. Oh my gosh.
You know, you've already seen a taste of the Marvel zombies in the MCU. Yep. Like Quicksilver, also Vision, Iron Man, obviously, and a couple other characters.
Yeah, there's definitely been multiple Marvel zombies, so I definitely think we can see that coming up, like a whole another set of them.
I think they almost dropped that zombie episode as a feeler. You know what I mean?
To see how the interest
zombies on Disney Plus. Do we like zombies on Disney Plus? Do we not? Because we have lots of zombie ideas we want to do. Let's find out.
You know what? I just want to see happen in the live action. Spider-Man, T'Challa, and Ant-Man in the jar, Bucky and Hulk all face zombie Thanos.
Oh man! So yeah, we would definitely be able to get the Thanos Hulk rematch we actually deserved, and not the one we got.
Right.
And we also know that Hulk's skin is impenetrable because when Scarlet Witch tries biting Hulk's skin, Hulk comes in and saves Bruce from becoming the rampaging zombie Hulk from the comics.
I hope we get that one.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting.
Zombie Hulk is one of the best parts of the actual the actual comics. Like he's just so funny. He's like always wants to eat. I'll eat you, Peter. Like,
in the comics, that's who kills Iron Man.
I feel like when we were talking about that Thor episode that none of us loved, that I think they made that choice because a dark Chris Hemsworth is not fun, and Chris Hemsworth is so good at the party. Like even in Ghostbusters, he was so funny. Like he's just become like this really funny person. And I think they tried to take advantage of that aspect of what he's become. It would be kind of hard to watch a sad Chris Hemsworth all like.
You know what?
I want a whole fat Thor episode.
That's why they made him fat, was because at least you could laugh at him when he was sad still, you know?
You know what?
That's why they did.
One thing I liked about episode 7 was it shouldn't have been called What If Thor Fought Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And I want that in live action just like that. At their top, going at it. And I think that, I mean, in the episode, we got it confirmed, Captain Marvel's stronger.
Yeah.
I didn't look. Who was the voice of Jane? I forgot to check.
I don't know. I need to know
that.
that too. Oh, it definitely wasn't Natalie Portman. She cost too much.
But everyone else was in there. Michael Douglas was there.
Well, yeah, but Spider-Man was voiced by somebody else. So was Natasha. So was Iron Man.
Were they?
Yes.
I didn't pay attention.
No, I don't think so.
I thought they were all the. I thought. Tony
No. Hold on.
I thought it was what's
At
his
least
name?
Spider-Man, I know, wasn't voiced by.
Yeah, Drax probably was different too. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now. Noah, so while I look this up, what are your final thoughts on the entire season? If you would have to rate it 1 through 10, 10 being the best, what would you rate it?
So basically, 5 comics. I love comics, so that would be a higher grade. Episode 8, 9, and 7. The ending of 7 comics. So that's an even higher one. I just like when they talk, go more into the deeper comics. And I kind of liked when Thor and Captain Marvel fought. I really loved the first 5 episodes, but I didn't like. I legit think 6 was my least favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would have to say.
So I confirmed right here. I got it. The voice of Iron Man was not Robert Downey Jr. It was Mick Wingert.
Wow, he sounds like it. He does a good
So
impression.
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? Okay, what about you, Duffy? Overall, the whole season, what would you rate it?
I wanted something a little bit different. I liked everything I saw, but man, am I sick of trying to think of what happened 20 movies ago.
Yeah.
I was really hoping to come to each episode and just have its own experience. So when it all tied together for me, I was a little disappointed. Not that it wasn't done well and that it wasn't good. It just wasn't what I was looking for in the show. I was kind of expecting something else. I loved it as far as when I watched it, but I had to get over that little hump for myself. I would say that the Doctor Strange episode is like a 10 all day, every day. And that number that T'Challa as Star-Lord, same up there. It was like a roller coaster for me. It was a roller coaster for me. And I liked that last episode. I'm going to watch it again. But when everything started coming together, I was like, my heart broke a little bit. It's a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping, I really want, I don't know, sometimes it's just fun to have something that doesn't tie into everything. And
Well, they had to tie it in because they want to use those characters in live action. They had to. Come on, let's be honest. While we love all this content and we think they're making movies to make good movies, they're trying to make money, man. And if they can get all these people sucked in on What If on Disney Plus, they'll go, oh, guess who's showing up? Yes, you need to go see Doctor Strange too because your favorite characters from What If are going to show up. You're welcome. Like,
and that'll happen, but like I said, I'm kind of getting to the point where like I just want someone to drop a movie on me that I can just sit back and just like spend 30 like give me a show or something that is a nerd content that I don't have to invest so much into. I have so much invested into it. So set me up in like I know the universe, we know something, but like I've lost my wife on a lot of these, and I'd like to watch something with her again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I personally that disappointed me. The execution was great. It just wasn't what I was expecting. So I'm waiting for Marvel to just drop something where like I can just watch it like a little bit.
So what out of 1 out of 10, 10 being the best, what's your rating?
Oh man,
season 1.
You're bringing out a number on me. I'm gonna say a 7 right now.
7.
Say a 7 right now.
You know what's funny is initially I was gonna say 8, but after the conversations we had, I think I'm right dab in the middle. So you're at 7, I'm at 7.5, and Noah's at 8. So those are our ratings in the first ever multi page conglomerate rating system.
Right.
Well, we'll come up with a better name. We're like Shields. We'll think of something better.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. If they have more comic-related things, 10. But if they have more things, like episode 6, then it's easily gonna be a 5 because I don't like them copying the same thing over and over. And if they do that same thing I just said, it's gonna get any lower.
I know if we take out that Thor episode and replace it with what I'm going to assume is going to be in season 2, the Gamora and Tony on Sakaar episode, I feel like my rating would be a lot different. And I would be a lot higher rating than what I'm going to, the 7.5 that I said. Because like you said, Duff, and that Doctor Strange and the T'Challa episode, like those were so good that it made up for so much.
They brought my number up for the whole thing, for sure. That's why I went 7, because those were just so good. And that Doctor Strange just alone, it worked in the tie-in. Dark Doctor Strange is great. I like all of that. But like, if you never ever saw any other like Doctor Strange and that was just what you saw, that story is so incredible and so crazy. That was my highlight for sure.
Absolutely.
Look, I got a question for you guys, non-Marvel but Disney Plus related, because I did see something that nailed it out of the park for me 100%, and that was that Star Wars, the anime.
The anime, yes.
Holy cow!
Oh my god!
Marvel, I find like it was finally like Star Wars that like give me cool stories in a universe that I grew up in and know everything about, but just give me like a story that I can just enjoy. And that's what I was a little hoping more from the What If. Did you get to see that Star Wars, Noah?
No, not yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man!
So yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. We'll get back together and talk about that.
Then. I think we have another show to do.
All right, so guys, we're now at the hour and a half mark. So we've done an amazing show. Here's the little time we set at the end to promote any of the things that we're working on. Because I know, Noah, you have a charity auction coming up real soon. You want to plug that?
Correct.
Noah's probably got 10 minutes of stuff to plug.
So it's going to be so much fun. The charity will be comics for kids. And we'll have all kinds of things. and it will be on October 23rd. And
Well, I know for a fact I'll be there.
And if you want to, you could we'll send the money to charity and we could send comic books to the children's hospitals. If you want us to put your order in a box so we can send them to comic books for kids.
Oh, nice.
That'll be very nice to help all the kids, help everyone be a better person.
Absolutely, and what I'll do is I'll make sure we get those plugs into the description and everything, because that's not only is a great charity, but it shows how amazing you are as a person, Noah, because you really are just amazing. And you're one of the best things about this community.
This is not his first charity auction either, by the way.
No, yeah, he's done plenty of them.
Been doing this is your thing. Like, that's so cool that you do this, Noah. For reals, that's awesome. That you can take that and start something like that at your age and find something that you really love and find a way to help a lot of others with it. You really impressed me, man.
This charity will probably be my first on Whatnot.
But it might be your best.
The first charity event on Whatnot ever. The first.
Yep.
I haven't seen people been doing charity auctions.
As you guys know, I was working on one, but someone thought it wasn't a good idea at the time. What about you, Duffy?
Me?
Yeah, I think anything you want to plug?
I didn't do anything this weekend. No, I got my first exclusive.
Yes,
first exclusive.
Did you hear this, Noah? Duffy has an exclusive. It's a Duffy Boy shared exclusive with Izzy Comics.
Yep. So I posted the preview on Instagram. I'm actually building my website this week.
Nice.
You can go on there on the 15th to duffyboyscomics.com and grab your copy of my first exclusive. It's shared with Izzy's Comics and Collectibles, who have been just so awesome in helping me get my first exclusive done. It's with Bray's Art, who I've been a big lover and supporter of from day one, just like I have with Noah. Guys there from the beginning. I spoke months, randomly. I just said let's by the end of the year, I want to do an exclusive with you when I was talking to Braze and met him, and it's happening. So it's super cool. I'm super excited and I'm super stoked about it. I do shows on Whatnot. I'm going to go on IG Live a little more. But the main thing,
the old days.
Yeah. I miss some of the old days. I miss us all hanging out in the chat together. Those things. So I'm going to see if I can't bring us all back together in the room once in a while and hang out. And then, like I said, the exclusive, look for that on the 15th. You can go to my IG and see the preview of it now.
It's awesome.
And I've got a lot of other stuff in the works, but we'll save that for the next show.
Absolutely. And as all of us, we all sell on Whatnot. So you just got to go find Noah, Duffy Boys, Nerd on Whatnot. We have great shows. I do shows every weekend, sometimes more than once a week. I actually have my first ever sports collectibles show this week. So I've sold comic books, I've sold sports cards, I've sold Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I've sold action figures, and now sports collectibles. You want to talk about someone who really is all about that Whatnot? It's this guy. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us. We had a blast. I think this is just the first of many of these. But we are going to say goodbye now to all of you who have watched. Thank you so much. If you watched it on the replay, be sure to like, share, subscribe, because we are always going to be dropping great content. I'm sure Duffy Boys is going to have a YouTube channel real soon, and we'll all have to go up here on there.
It's coming
you know
around the
what?
corner.
I have one more thing to say. If you
Okay.
haven't subscribed to the Comic Tom Mystery Mail Call, you should
Yes.
now, because
Yes.
you only have a few days left until the boxes get sent with my variant in it.
Yep.
It's awesome. It's called Little Guardians, Comic Tom 101, Knows Amazing Reviews, Scout Comics exclusive. Make
You know
sure
what?
to get it. I'll be sending them out. I'll be giving them away. And I'll be grading them.
Nice. Get some
And
graded.
signing them.
So I'm the only one on this panel without an exclusive. I am about to go and cry. But side note, I too have an exclusive in the works. Oh, it's gonna be a glorious one. I can tell you that. And on that note, my friends, have a great rest of your night.